YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, guys, we're going to be taking a look at a buddy of mine and some of his builds, and I'm going to, and of course I talked to him about this and he said, hey, just put my fucking name in the title. Cool. So here you guys have it. I'm going to be taking a look at some of my buddy's builds that he has made and uploaded, and I'm actually going to analyze these builds for myself. I'm going to build them and I'm going to see if they are a W or if they are an L, and I'm gonna give my reasons for that as well. So anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, this is a power forward. You guys will already know from the title what build we are making, and I'm making it exactly how he makes it, guys. So keep this in mind. This isn't my original build. This is how my buddy CJ has made it. So without further ado, let's get started. He's got a 57 close shot with a 77 driving layup, and he's got an 84 driving dunk. So he doesn't have too much crazy shit on the dunking ability. However, he's not able to get pros, or at least like he's not able to get the badges for it. So I don't really think the driving dunk is 100% necessary for it, but obviously he could have done it for the specialty in the name, and whatever the case may be. But obviously I'll have to find out by messing around with the stats a bit for myself. But anyway, he has a 74 mid-range with an 85 three-pointer. Pretty damn good stats there. Now he went for the 80 free throw, which that's completely cool. Me personally, I would have went with the default 70. It still would have been as good for his playmaking. He's got an 80 ball or pass accuracy with the 83 ball handling, and with his speed with the ball going up to a 74, which is maxed out. His interior defense is through the roof, as he's got a 93, and he's got an 88 on perimeter defense. Now, if I know my buddy CJ, he's probably going to be maxing all of these out as much as possible. The 87 block, so you can get silver anchor, pretty damn good. And he went with the maxed out defensive rebound as well, before going over and getting an 80 on his speed. He got 76 on his acceleration, 70 on strength, the 75 on vert, and then a 95 stamina. Now it's a pretty decent build if you're looking for a build that's able to shoot the 3 ball pretty effectively, one that's going to be pretty damn effective on the defensive end as well, because you are 6'9" as a power forward. 100%. I wonder how this build will look like playing in the small forward position as well. Probably be a little bit annoying to do, but obviously it's still pretty dang good. Now if we take a look at what all we get sharpshooter takeover, playmaker, lockdown, and rim protector takeovers. But I'm gonna see what I can do with this build, man, because I like, if there's one thing that's just very, very off-putting to me, is this and in that. Because even if we can just increase it once to an 85, just so we can at least guarantee something going on, and if we can, boom, just like that, man, we're able to at least get the bronze version of the badge, man. Now, the one key thing that is definitely interesting to me is the fact that if we do take a look at it with the contact dunks, it is an 84. So it's like, even if we drop this down to an 84, having the 85 would definitely be better and more significant, considering that you're able to utilize the silver, but you won't be able to unless you get another badge. And with that case, like, and also the thing is with this build is like I mentioned before, I don't know 100% if you have to have the 83 plus ball handling, because if I don't need the 83 plus, if I can just have like maybe an 80, that would be pretty dang good. I mean, me personally, I'd probably draw, you know what, an 85 is pretty good for that. Um, the rebounding, you don't need that high of a rebounding in my personal opinion, because it's not like you're gonna have rebound chaser at all, being 6'9". So if anything, I'd probably drop this to probably an 81 just so you can keep the 24 badge points. Because yeah, you drop the 6 points there, you're still having the extra badge there. And meanwhile, you can increase this at least to an 80, so you can still have the yeah, so you can at least add all 4 badges on here and still be able to get those you can use all 4 badge points there and still be able to use posterizer on silver. Is pretty damn good there. I mean, that leads me to believe that I still can do this, at least get the 81, see what happens there. Probably increase my mid-range a bit just so I can get a little bit more action there. And it's not like we're gonna necessarily need the strength, so I can drop my strength here and see what happens. Okay, so my strength for this has to be at least a 68. So at least a 68 strength for me to have maxed out interior defense. So with that being said, I think I can also drop this by 6 points as well. Okay, so we're able to drop it down to a 41 as well, which is pretty damn good. So we're able to drop it down to a 41. We have that at an 81. We still have the 24 badge points here that's available to us, which means that we can probably bring that up as well, which is pretty good. We can also bring up our ball handling to an 82. I mean, really, the only thing I could see us using here with the 83 ball handling is literally just hyperdrive, but I don't really see the point in it. But we have the 22 badge points there. We have 12 there. We have 19 here, which is still pretty good, because the majority of what we're going to be using here isn't really going to be dimer or anything like that. It's mainly going to be used for clamp breaker, vice grip, and quick first step as the main badges. And we still are able to increase our free throw a little bit as well, bring that up to a 74. Or in this case, if you really wanted to, you can bring up the stamina to an 87, which is still pretty good. Now, I'm going to see, because we can still have lock takeover. So if anything, extreme clamps, or even having perimeter badge drop even would be pretty good, as well as paint intimidation. You don't really need the stuff blocks, but having paint intimidation would still be pretty good. Utilizing both these, I don't know if this is going to be the same build name, but if it is, I mean, it's still Draymond, it's Kevin Durant, it's Jeremy Grant even, and the two-way face-up playmaker. So we still get the same name. I just revised it a little bit. I mean, his was still pretty viable, but to me, in my personal opinion, this is a better version of it, where you're able to utilize the posterizer at all, be able to utilize it on silver as well, while being able to have more badge points for shooting. You're sacrificing like 1 badge point in like you're literally only sacrificing or you're not really sacrificing any badge points for playmaking. So you're not really sacrificing any playmaking badge points at all. You still have the same amount of badge points as you would before. But you have to have the 82 to get the 19 badge points. We have 2 more badge points in finishing, and we also have 2 more badge points in finishing and 2 more badge points in shooting, while sacrificing no other badge points in the game. And the only thing that we really sacrifice a little bit is a little bit of our strength, just 2 points on strength, because it doesn't really matter too much if we have the 2 points or not, and our stamina rating. And then all we do is just make sure that everything else is balanced. I mean, we just drop the ball handling by 1, because the 83 isn't going to really do too much, considering that the 82 is just as good. And making sure that everything else is the same, we can drop it down and not risk losing any badge points. And then we just decreased our free throw to bring up our mid-range as well. Make sure that we were able to get an 85 driving dunk to get silver. and making sure that we got the driving layup really good at an 80, which means that the close shot goes up to a 60 as well from all this. So it's pretty damn good. So we can get the 12 batch points, add the 4 on there to get post riser on silver. This is a really good build right here. I like how this version came out. I mean, CJ had a really good template for the build, but if you guys can come up with any more moves to move the stats around a bit, let me know, because we got the 79 mid-range at least, so we can keep the name and everything like that. That's pretty damn good. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment feedback, head over to my buddy CJ's channel. Obviously, go ahead, click his name in the title, and yeah, it's gonna be it for me. Did you guys enjoy it? I'll see you all later. Peace.
Bitch, start tripping, now I'm blue. Mega man, I can't win for losing, cause I got too many haters, man. Used to be the